Vibes, it's Brano here. Yeah, I've just done like a nice dynamic yoga class just up the road, so my body's thanking me for that, and probably my mind as well. But yeah, I'm just the reason why I've got the TV behind me because I'm going to talk a little bit about TV. Yeah, just a little bit. Right, I'll talk about this TV quickly now. It's not mine; it's my mum's boyfriend's. We've always kind of bonded on having a good TV set and stuff like that, which has kind of been fun over the years, but I'm going to talk about the negative aspects of TV and how every single day people are waking up to this, like adverts. That people are becoming aware that adverts are repetitively programming them, and they end up singing songs from adverts all the time, and they're not even consciously aware of where they got it from sometimes. So a lot of people, they're kind of they're avoiding adverts by using things like Netflix and other services that you can basically cut out the adverts in between. But still, the mainstream channels that you see on TV, they have online services as well, which are still using adverts incrementally and stuff like that. So you watch your program, think, oh, I can skip the adverts, but then like after 15 minutes, you get some of these adverts, and that's when they have their moment. But no, I think when I'm watching TV alone, if I do, which I don't, when I'm back at university, I don't watch any TV. But when I'm at home, you kind of have to roll with it. So when I do, I mute the adverts because for me, like as a musician who is very interested in sound, I'm more susceptible as well as aware of the audio that comes out through the adverts and how they obviously use pictures and images as well as audio to like get a hybrid program and really get a message into you. They use it in a synchronous way, which I'm becoming aware of more and more in like pretty much every TV show. They'll have for example a sound like a strange drilling noise or a weird sound like one of the characters will be like repetitively going in this panic mode, and they're trying to put you in that panic mode as they play this sound out, so they can probably use that sound later in the episode to trigger you in that state again, because there's a lot of emotional manipulation involved if you are emotional when you watch TV instead of being aware. So the news as well, like if you're really emotionally kind of watching the news, you'll notice how you might put the TV on in a relatively happy state of mind, and within minutes, because your emotional barriers are open, you're going to suddenly be getting angry with these countries and the war and blah 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 and things that could happen and things that are happening around the world, and the next thing you know, you're going to go out and speak to your friends and you're going to be angry as well. You're going to be like, oh, did you hear about this? And they'll be like, yes, this is my opinion. You won't even really have your own opinion because you'll just be going on whatever for example, the British news here. They're going to be biased towards the British. So like, there was something about Japanese trades because of the political state of Brexit here. Obviously, we might lose trade deals with the Japanese, so that will cost like, hundreds of thousands of jobs potentially in the United Kingdom, which obviously is not good for the economy, but this is going to put people in a state of fear the more they pay attention to this story and see it as a negative thing, because the news might only put the fear about, oh, we could lose it, we could lose. They're not going to say how actually this could strengthen bonds within a certain amount of companies, although you might lose a few companies over this period of time. It might actually strengthen bonds in other companies. So I mean, there's always positive and negative in the news, but if you're reading a news story online, you don't have to invest your emotion in that. So basically, what I'm saying is, like every single day, more and more people are choosing alternative media as a way of knowing the truth without having to invest emotionally. So that is kind of the way the world's going. I'd say about like, doing some outer search, I'd say about 30 to 50% of people actually watch TV. I don't know. I just guess that it's 30 to 50%, whereas probably when in the 80s it might have been more like 80% of people. So I'd say like a lot of people are moving to things like, you know, I'm not going to say it again, but you know, there's a lot of online services here that we can use, and they're going to peak as well. I think the main TV has peaked and now it's going down as the online things are going up. But if they start becoming more, you know, if the programming on those services aren't with spirit and aren't with the pure, the ones that are awoken, sorry, the ones that are aware aren't gonna, they're just gonna stop paying for that. So it's like, basically, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of competition, I think, in the next 10 years with how people use media. I think online's gonna keep going, but the thing is with online is that if anything ever goes wrong with the internet, which it hasn't really yet, the whole of online service would be done. It'd be down. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's like if the satellite broke, you wouldn't be able to watch TV anymore, or if the mobile phone mast broke, you wouldn't be able to use your mobile phones anymore. So obviously, what I'm saying here is basically you want to read books, and I'm not like a doomsday prepper that's actually predicting any of this is going to happen. But I'm just saying, like, if you've got a book, it's a book, and it's always your interpretation of it, and it's always going to be there, unless you set it on fire, which obviously the Germans and stuff did before they. That was like one of the famous things before they started, well, taking all these Jews to concentration camps. They'd burn all their books, so all their knowledge would be gone as well. It's obviously just sick. So. But nowadays, I mean, if people wanted to stop you getting to knowledge, they could either put like online filters on what you're searching, which Google is basically an online filter itself, or they'd find ways of just basically like China and North Korea, how they just moderate the internet. So we're not at that stage yet, but always be aware and always be prepared. So I'll leave it on that. High vibes, it's Frano here. Peace in and out. High vibes.